Hey everybody, it's Lavalopolis. We're doing some more stuff. We're getting ranked again. We're back on the Smurf. We're probably running at around, I want to say like silvers or goldishes. We'll see how that goes. But we're just gonna jump in, play two games. Hopefully, if one's short, we may throw a third one in there. But so I was smart enough to remember to turn off notifications this time and to change it so where I don't try to automatically save a replay after every game. So all that stuff is super annoying and it's no longer here. So no worries. Last time we beat up on some low level guys. So I'm hoping that we can get through a lot of that stuff pretty quickly. So if we are at the silver gold kind of range, we're definitely going to want to look for continuing to hit the ball, and we want to try to get faster. Every level that we're going to play from here on out is just going to continue to want to get faster, 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 faster. There's going to be some points where we want to maybe slow it down, or maybe not even slow it down, but just be more intentional with our touches. Right now, we just want to be fast. You're going to see here with those two guys doing what they were doing. Rotation is going to be key. Probably should have been a little bit more selfish and just try to take that myself, but want to try and get the teammates involved, and I cannot read the backboard. Yikes! But as you're seeing here, we're playing a lot faster than our team than our opponents. Pardon me. Teammates playing pretty fast, and we're getting pretty. I guess I'll say intelligent touches. They're meaningful touches. They're not just hitting the ball just to hit it and keep the ball away from the opponent. We're actually doing something with it. So that's going to be another big key to this as I mess up my wave dash kickoff again. Um, is not just getting touches, but getting meaningful touches and doing them quickly. So part of that, I'm playing silly. I can't play this game early in the day. It's tough for me. I have to wait until like 8 p.m. for my fingers to warm up. I don't know what the heck I'm doing today. But decent try by the teammate. As you saw there, like the opponent was going backwards, and again, he's trying to play fast, but he's just not doing so in any meaningful way. Um, there's not a whole lot of fancy things that are happening right now. I'm just kind of slowly popping that ball along the back wall and just kind of letting it slowly come down to my teammate. And if you're that teammate, just playing mid, not feeling compelled to go dive into that corner to try and save your teammate. Trust him and let it happen. That's going to be something that's really tough for me still to this day with uh, solo queuing. And sometimes it's really hard to trust a teammate, especially if they make a mistake early on, or if you're just anxious, or a number of things. But it can be tough, but we kind of have to do it. Um, I think again here, like we're putting so much pressure from a counter punch on these guys that they have no answer to it. So we just kind of pushed up so fast on that right side that the initial defender just didn't have time to recover or be in any kind of decent defensive position. So that I ended up demoing him. It wasn't really the intent, but ended up getting the demo. I wish I could have scored that. That would have been nice. Warming up or waking up a little bit here, I guess I should say. Um, Try to get that there for him. I just messed him up. He wasn't sure whether to go or not, which is totally understandable. That stuff happens a lot too, especially as you're playing fast. Sometimes you may be faster than your teammate is ready for or is willing to be. So sometimes you'll get some of that where they're just kind of like, dude, I don't know what you're going for here. So they're just going to kind of sit back. Uh, not a terrible thing to have to put up with. I think that's okay. Um, just as long as we understand that. If you can understand it, then you can go pretty far into how to correct it, because then you can usually look and see what am I doing that is kind of confusing to my teammate. Is it his problem or is it mine? So wish I could have scored that one. It's a pretty solid. I'm not sure where my teammate is. There he is. I was trying to list it out for him, but I couldn't hear him. All right, so counter punch here. Let's just put this on net and see if he's ready. He's not. Okay, so that's a big portion. When I'm playing people that are a little bit lower level, I have a tendency to like kind of slow down and try and like dribble or fake or do all this fancy stuff. Honestly, with the ball in net, see if they're ready. Even high level play, a lot of times I'll shoot the ball in that instance right there just to see, do you have boost? And are you playing your goal? Are you playing defensively and covering your net? Because a lot of people do not, and it's never a bad thing to just go and pick up a free easy goal. Uh, we may see the end of this game here shortly. Yeah, there he goes. I thought so. Again, putting it on net and making them make a save. He 100% should have had that, but it happens. You know, it's all good. So he's average. Welcome to the club, friend. I'm average. I just have more time than you, so you'll get there. But that was a pretty quick one. We may be able to squeeze in another one. We'll see how this next game goes. I got all the boosts or all the wheels in the game unlocked. So these are silvers. So the silvers, and I would say even into the golds and maybe even some of the plats, put the ball in net. Make them make a save. It doesn't always have to be fancy. It doesn't always have to be super crazy. But if you're just literally putting the ball on the net, you have a decent shot of getting some good stuff going here. Like that there. I think that's a perfect example of testing them and making sure that they're playing goal. But even in those other instances, like coming off the wall there, was not a particularly good touch. But it was going in the net, and I made him make a save, and he missed it. So we got a free goal out of it. There is, yikes, there is usually the unwritten rule that left goes, but you are never you're never wrong to just say, you know what, I got it. Throw that up for the teammate. I'm gonna try to. Dang, I thought that was no. Do I have no? I want to try and dispel my teammate being kind of a jerk here. I want to kind of counteract that, just make it a better situation for everybody. I'm a little better there. I probably should score that. If you see the other team has people consistently playing goal, that's never a good thing to do defensively. It's just kind of sitting back and like quote unquote playing goalie. This here, like my teammate tried to turn on that, but not really his ball. I don't know if he's upset with me for it, but not his ball to take. And that a solid rotation on twos would have him kind of playing a little bit slow rotation to get back. I'm fine with that. But you're really only going to play the actual ball off the opponent if they have like a slow touch or a light touch. When the touch is heavy like that, you just got to get out of the way because you're trying to go for an aerial that is directly above your head, and that's not a great situation to be in. Yikes. Oh man, here we are with the I missed the ball, so it's clearly your fault kind of mentality, which happens a lot at a lot of different skill levels and a lot of different points of time. But again, we're gonna throw the counter punches in there. I see him backwards, so he's honestly not in a terrible defensive position, but just knowing that he has not been playing very fast, I'm gonna test him and go up. A lot of times, people are a little concerned. Maybe I'll give a little touch there. Nope. All right. I'll throw him. Throw away. Oh, that's supposed to be my fault. I don't know what these quick chats are. I probably should have made an effort to look at my quick chats, but you'd like to see somebody kind of leave in this situation. You're down 4 or 5 goals and you're by yourself. There we go. All right, cool. So we will get a third game in, but the defender was honestly not in a terrible defensive position. He's facing his own goal. He's kind of doing some shadow defense, or what may resemble it, what's going to be kind of the closest thing to it, which is something that I think I need to do a video on, is kind of defensive positioning and goalie positioning in regards to shadow defense. But he's going back to his goal. He's not been playing very fast, and I don't know his boost situation, but I often find when I pop the ball up, there's always like this slight hesitation moment where the other team, or the defender or whatever, especially if he has the back to the ball, if he has any sort of hesitation at all, I'm jumping on it and I'm going to go because I have the strong advantage in being able to get to that ball first. And even if he's not kind of like moving towards the ball, even if it's just a hesitation on what to do, and he kind of either stops or slows down moving forward, I'm going to be able to pounce on it because he's going to need every bit of speed if I get that as a decent shot on goal to come back and hit it. So let's see if we can get a pass for our teammate here. That's a little too close to the goal. That's not honestly the best pass, but we'll have to trust him. All right. Nice job, Ed. So it looks like this other team is playing pretty aggressively. I don't have the boost to follow this, but I'm going to just chip it down there, see how they handle it. It's not great. Oof. Pretty, I want to say lucky save. I'll give him credit for it. We'll see. We'll see if he can keep that up. So I'm gonna play aggressive myself. Oh, and I was snagging up all the boosts. That's a really solid demo, actually. I was a little surprised he was able to get it, but when he's kind of coming down like that, I'm just gonna swing up and kind of snag all the boosts away from him. So I'd love to see my teammate start to come back here a little bit. Again, not in a great position with a ton of boost. Tried to put that one on him since he was up, but that's a little bit of a mixture. If you're going to play up and if you're going to play the passes, I think that's okay, especially if your teammate is looking for them, but you have to be careful and you have to hit that ball. If your opponent gives you a pass, you got to get it. Because as you see right there, when you don't, it can spell bad news bears for you and your team. I was going to try to get a little touch off the backboard here. Probably wasn't the best thing in the world to do. Probably should just shoot that there, especially since I didn't get a very good touch. So understanding that these guys are pretty rammy, they're definitely looking for demos consistently. I want to make sure that I'm listening for their cars, because if I can listen a little bit better, especially they have, it looks like, I know at least one of them had the Warthog. I think maybe the other one has the Merc. Wish I had known that the teammate wasn't going to go for that. I probably should be paying attention a little bit more to what's happening and not what is about to happen and all that. But especially with one of the other people having the Warthog, that's a super definitive boost. Nobody else has that boost. No other car has that boost. So if I hear him coming, I can always just kind of get out of the way. Teammate there panicked a little bit. Ball's coming over you like that. There's a lot of just experience in, should I go for it? Should I jump? Should I stay on the ground? All that stuff. Obviously, hindsight, he probably knows now that he didn't have to jump for it. He probably could have stayed on the ground and gotten that save. I tried to jump and avoid that demo, and that was not a very good touch, or not a very good decision on my part. Okay, nice. So probably not some silvers that we have here, but it's all right. We'll be able to swing it and see how it goes. So we do have one Merc and one Warthog. It is, I think, important when there's a lot of demos and stuff going on. We know what the Warthog boost is going to sound like. We probably should pay attention and see what boost the Merc has. Because that will help us. Teammate's got to give me a little bit of space right there. If he can give me a little bit of space, he's probably going to get that rebound. All right. So I'm just going to be a little selfish here and stop trying to play within the confines of kind of setting on my teammate or doing all that stuff. And I think that's something that you have to do. If whatever you're doing, if whatever strategy you're employing isn't working, you got to switch it up. So if I'm playing super slow and that's not working, I'm going to start playing super fast, or vice versa. So I do think that these guys are a little bit higher than silver. They're probably the team MMR is probably being brought down by the guy's guest. So I just have to understand I can't treat them like silvers. I'm going to treat them a little bit higher. I'm going to know they're going to be a little bit more aggressive, especially with their physical play and going up and hitting stuff like that. Because that is something, like that ball on the wall right there is not something that I am going to anticipate somebody of their level hitting. if you can practice chip and chase shots like this, I think that's a really great thing to do. Honestly, not terribly difficult. If you are somewhat comfortable in the air, when the ball is rolling at you like that, don't even jump into it. Make sure you're kind of aiming the ball right there on the first touch because you want it going somewhat close to goal. Hit it and just immediately go back up for it. It's something that is incredibly easy to practice in like free play, or I think they've got a couple. I know a couple different training packs. I'll have to maybe search for those that will kind of help a person learn a chip and chase. But it's like everything. It's just a little bit of practicing and spending some time on it. All right, save my jump there. Now I don't have a ton of speed here, so I'm gonna try to wave dash. I wish my teammate had just taken it. I probably should make sure I have my quick chats where I know what they are, because I could have said go for it right there, and that would have been pretty helpful for him to know, because I think he was probably waiting on me to go get it. He took that boost, so I'm gonna fall back and get this one. I'll leave it for him. He actually followed it. He's been kind of chipping them and leaving them, so I kind of pushed up, but I don't want to ball chase on him too much. I'm still trying to get a feel for these guys, for these opponents, so it's kind of causing me to not really get in great positions because I don't always know what they're going to do. But I think that's important, is kind of watching your opponent, checking them out, and seeing what they do in certain situations, because then it helps you understand what you're going to be able to do next. So really important for me to jump over that guy that was coming over, knowing, especially with how aggressive they're going to be. I'm going to pan over the guy in the Merc. I don't think he was going for the demo, but I had to jump early just in case he was. So good on my teammate for not being super toxic or trying to leave the game immediately. Going down 3 goals can seem insurmountable sometimes, but trust in your positioning and your ability to score goals, because that's what's important when you're down a bunch of goals, right? I should not trust in my ability to score goals. that was rough. I promise the next one will be better. As we kind of elevate the opponent's level of play, hopefully I'll actually be able to do some stuff. But okay, we're looking at golds. That's good. I'm glad we didn't have to go kind of silver 1 to silver 2 to silver 3 and stuff. So pushed up into some golds. Good job by everybody involved. Teammate was solid there. I kind of played a little bit selfishly, but honestly, sometimes you have to. If the game's getting out of hand, flip it over. If you know you can take these guys, do it. I don't think that's a great default attitude to have, especially solo queuing, because honestly, even when I solo queue at Champ 3s, Grand Champ, Champ 2s, whatever, when I solo queue 2s and I have a teammate like that, I struggle because I'm looking for somewhere where I can hit the ball, and I'm always looking for how I fit in the rotation, and I don't ever trust where my teammate is, and I have to spend more focus looking at my teammate than the opponents or the ball, and that sucks. So for what we just saw, the silvers and the golds, we want to continue to hit the ball consistently, but we want to hit it with purpose. Be able to put the ball on net, and really be able to put it on net from anywhere. If you can do those chip and chase shots like I did, it was coming to my end, ball's rolling at me, I don't jump, and I just pop it up into the air and then immediately aerial after it. That is going to be about unstoppable at that level. If you can continue to hit those, I think that's probably the easiest skill to practice and master at a low level that is just completely unstoppable. I mean, you can try for the air dribbles, you can try for the ceiling shots or the flip reset shots. Those are extremely hard. But if you can do these chip and chase shots, they're not flashy, they're not fancy, but they are super, super effective. So we got 3 games in there for us. We're getting a little bit closer. I don't think that there's a way that we can check our MMR, but just checking our. Okay, so we have 5. We did get 5 in, so we got 3 today. So we'll continue to do this, and then we'll try to push through. If there's anything specific y'all need on your specific levels or your ranks or any of that, please do let us know. And I'm also continuing to look for replays of your games. If you kind of want to know what you're doing wrong, if you want to stop and put things in slow mo and all that stuff, I'd be happy to do it. Send them in, slothalopolis@gmail.com, or email them, or Xbox message them, anything like that. We've got a Discord, all this stuff that we're getting set up. So just let us know. Really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.